Okay, now we are starting AngularJS routing. That is a last topic for AngularJS. And after completion of this, as per our syllabus, I will continue which one? jQuery. Okay, now we are starting which one? AngularJS routing. AngularJS routing.
నా కాంపోనెంట్స్ టాపిక్ లేదా మన దాంట్లో 1.6
Components Angular 2 and 4 వస్తుంది.
ఇంకా 1.6 లో కూడా ఉంటుంది అంటారు 1.5
1.6 లో కాంపోనెంట్స్ అంటే సర్వీసెస్, ప్రాక్టీస్, ఫిల్టర్స్ అవన్నీ కంప్లీట్ చేసాం కదా ఆల్రెడీ.
ఓకే
AngularJS routing. So what is this routing? Routing means page navigation. So in the real-time page, you will be having a menu bar with some hyperlinks like home page, about page, contact page, different hyperlinks are available. When you click on these hyperlinks, you want to go to respective page. That respective page, how to go to respective page? That is nothing but what? Page navigation. Here I want to perform the page navigation through which one? Single page application concept. Through single page application concept, I want to create the page navigation. What is the meaning of single page application? Just if you click on a hyperlink, you don't want to refresh the current page, but you want to get the content into a small box. For example, the page look like this. We have home, about, contact, all those things. And if you click on home, you want to go to server. On the server, you want to serve the index.the home page. That home page data you want to load into this particular box. But this browser, this page will not refresh. The complete page will not refresh. Only the content of this particular page will be loaded into this specific box in a specific container. Same way, if you click on about also, same process repeats. So this concept is called a single page application. Meaning is what? You don't want to refresh the page. So how to create this single page application navigation by using routing? Let's try to check it. I want to create an application with 3 pages: home, about, contact. So we are going to create index.html file. We are going to create a file called index.html. This is the main page. Inside this page only, you want to display the content of home page, about page, or contact page. Just we are copying and pasting index.html file in the current folder. After that, we have to import this angular.js file into the index.html file. Like script src equal to angular.js. Then ng app equal to my app or my module. We have created one AngularJS application and we have assigned the module name into it. Meaning we are loading the module into this HTML tag. How to create that module? First of all, where app equal to angular.module. App is just a variable name. You can give any name in that place. my module and you don't want to import anything. After that, app dot app dot controller. We are going to create home controller. Okay, we are going to create home controller. So in this we can write any code. Just I'm leaving it empty, but actually you can write any code whatever you like. Same like this, about controller, contact controller. After that, we are going to write the configuration settings for this Angular and for this Angular application. So app dot config, we are providing which one? Configuration settings. In this app dot config, we have to give a function. So in this function exactly we are able to define the configuration settings of this application, and these configuration settings will be loaded as soon as the web page is being opened or loaded. In the beginning, as application startup time itself, this configuration function will be started. Then in this, we have to use a predefined provider called $route provider. $route provider. This $route provider is coming from a predefined module called ng-route. We are importing that ng-route. Inside that route, we have a predefined provider called $route provider. And from where this ng-route is coming from, it is coming from Angular route.js. This file we have to copy paste. What is the file? Angular-route.js. So this file we have to copy paste from that Angular extracted location into the folder. Plus we have to import it also. Which of the files you have imported, only that files will be loaded into browser. Only that files will execute. And this must be imported after Angular.js file only. Reverse importing will not work. The correct importing order is like this only. First Angular.js, then only Angular route.js. In this file, we have a predefined module called ng-route. We are importing it. So we are able to use a predefined provider called $route provider. So $route provider defines the page navigation. Means for which address, which controller you want to open, that is specified by $route provider. So $route provider dot when, that means whenever the address is home, you want to go to which one, which controller you want to execute, home controller you want to execute. Then which template URL you want to open, which file you want to open as a template, that is home.html. Of course you have to create that file. So let's create home.html. In this home.html, define only the content. No need of writing the complete page template, like HTML head, the body, the complete HTML syntax need not be there. Just we have to mention that name here. That means whenever the address is a home in the browser address bar, meaning localhost, some address 8080, some other address /home. whenever this type of URL we have seen, whenever this address is matching, automatically it has to execute this controller, then it has to go to this HTML file. This HTML file will be the view for this controller. Generally, we will create the view by using ng controller, right? So we need not use that ng controller here because the template URL itself is become as a view for this controller. After that, about for every controller we have to create corresponding view. Suppose the login page separate, registration form separate, other data entry form is separate, and number of pages you will have. Each page means each template will have its own design. Let's create about.html. Okay, let's create about.html. Just for example, I'm writing h1, but actually you can write any content. Contact page content here. Then how to load that one here? We have mentioned the file names, right? Home.html, about.html, contact.html. So whenever this address is matching at the address bar, it will go to this controller and execute this HTML file. Okay, so after that, here we have to create the hyperlinks. AHR if equal to option is home. You want to go to /home. So what is the meaning of that hash there? Hash means page should not refresh. After hash, whatever the address you change, then page will not refresh. For example, so when you press enter key here, page refreshing or not, check it. Check below. Lot of content is there. Check below. Page refreshing or not. But if you give hash some address, is the page refreshing? I'm just changing the hash address. After hash, whatever you type, page will not refresh and server will not consider this address. It just will ignore whatever present after hash. That is a specialty of the hash character. It's a fixed character, we cannot change that. So if you click on this home, page will not refresh. In the client side itself, this router provider will identify which address is matching. I mean, suppose if you click on home, what is the address? It will change home. Since address is matching here, it will execute this controller and go to this template. The template content, this will be loaded into certain place in this particular div. But how do you say that in this div only the content has to be loaded? By using ng view. By placing ng view, we are saying that in this place only the actual content should be loaded. Now run this. Now run the double index.html file. Okay, so if you click on home, it's not working. Okay, some library problem. So See, if we click on home page content here. About means about page content here. Contact means contact page content here. If we click on home, how that home page coming here? First, if we click on home, immediately address will change because you have mentioned HREF, right? Immediately this part will be added to the existing address. Since in the location bar address is changed, automatically it will match that address is matching with this or not. I mean after hash whatever percent this part is matching with this one or not, it will check. If it is matching, then it will go to the relevant controller. So in this controller, you might be using $scope, $root scope, whatever we have written that will execute. That indirectly to build up a model. That model will be given to this HTML file. So this HTML file content also will be executed. This content will be loaded into which place? This ng view. Finally, output is appear. This part is what ng view div tag. If you want, you can apply CSS style like a width, height, background color, whatever you like, you can apply. Based on this application only in Gmail, navigation is happening. I mean, inbox, sent mail, drafts. If you click on inbox, inbox will be appear. If you click on sent mail page will be appear. How that page navigation is happened through this hash address only, through this routing concept only. And but the problem is, if you run the same index.html file in some other browser like Chrome browser particularly, see it's not working. It is saying errors like it is saying errors like cross version requests are not supported for protocol schemes like HTTP, etc. What does it mean? We have to run the application through localhost, then only this will work. As long as you are running the application through file protocol, it will not work. If you double click on HTML file regularly, through file protocol, you will run the application, right? So at that time, Chrome doesn't support it for security purpose. Firefox supports it, but Chrome doesn't support. Anyway, if you run the application through localhost, we'll give localhost some port number, right? If you run the application through localhost port number, then it works in every browser. So how to run the application through localhost? In case if you have knowledge on IIS, you can use that. Even if you are a .NET programmer, you might be aware about IIS. If you are a Java programmer, you know about what is that Apache server. Okay, if you know Apache Tomcat server, if you know PHP exam server, like this we have different servers available. But if you don't know any of these, the easiest alternative is what? In Node.js, there is a server called HTTP server. So that HTTP server, we can easily run the application through localhost. And for that package, you can say for that package, Node.js must be installed in the system. But already, I think we have installed Node.js. If you don't have Node.js in your system, you have to install it. I think already has shown you how to install Node.js. But how to run the application through localhost through this HTTP server. So we have to give which one? npm install HTTP server -g. You have to pass this command npm install HTTP server -g. But I'm assuming that already Node.js installed. Okay, npm install Node.js package manager install the HTTP server -g means globally. So within few seconds, the HTTP server package will be installed in our current working system. After installation, then we have to go to the particular folder in which folder our program is present, that one. AngularJS 16. Okay, in this one, we have to give HTTP-server. That means a server will be started at this current directory. So what are the files present in this current directory? All the files ready to be served. Any HTML files, JavaScript files, image files, CSS files, any types of files present at this current location are ready to be served. Through localhost, we can access these files on the browser. Means instead of double clicking the HTML file, you will just give localhost colon 8080. What is the port number it is using here? 8080. Then I will give 8080. Now we have run the application through which one? Localhost. How it is working is this address localhost 8080 sends request to this particular folder. And in this folder, by default, what file will be served? Index.html file. Then if we click on home, about, contact, now it is working correctly. In Chrome also it should work, right? So in Chrome also we can try. See working or not? In Chrome also working. If you run the application through localhost, it works in Chrome and any other browser also. So how to run the application? Just we have to do npm install http server-g. It is enough to install only one time for one system. After installing, we have to give HTTP server command every time when you are starting a new server. Then it will start the server at the correct directory. So we can run the application through localhost now. We have to open the browser manually and we have to give localhost followed by port number 8080. Okay, this is about routing concept. So any doubt in this?
No.
Okay. Okay, so with this what happened, AngularJS 1 is completed and